Hi friends, it's Liz here. Welcome to my channel and thanks for joining me today. I have a project to share with you guys that is, oh my gosh, I loved making this. It is my design project for Digital Collage Club, and I'll link everything below to what I've used as well as coupon codes for you to use if you're interested in getting any items. I saw this idea by Angel Kerr, who saw it from someone else. I think she received something in the mail and she made one, and of course I had to run off and make some. So I will also be showing you how to make one in this video, but first I'm going to flip through what I've done. What I love about it the most is that you can make this with one sheet of paper. Now here I'm just showing you the little flip up. You can journal behind it. There's a little front pocket, and all the digitals I have used for this one are also from Digital Collage Club. Now for this this little pocket thing, I actually used a single-sided scrapbook paper for this one. The other one I'm going to show you is just using a blank sheet of paper. I've made mine a little bit different than Angela's. I just added pockets in different areas and then added a couple of other little things that you know, that I thought would work. Like for example, the little tuck spot at the bottom. I added that to mine to hold the tag. The layaway tag is from J9 Scraps, which I will also link below. I love this idea, you guys, for pen pal mail, happy mail. I mean, I'm just making them right now, going crazy. I love that it has so many pockets. You can use them in your junk journals, in your planners, you know, your scrapbook things. Send them to grandparents with like little notes and stuff. I mean, it's just, the possibilities are endless. And so I am so happy that Angela shared this, and the fact that she got it from someone else is also awesome. And I'm not even sure how many more people are making these, but I'm obsessed. Okay, so this one I made with a blank sheet of paper, and of course I decorated it. As you can see here, all the pieces again are from Digital Collage Club. And for these ones I added just a little lace, as you can see, for both of them in the little front pockets. When you flip this one over, you've got the little tuck spot with a tag, and you can see all the beautiful pieces. I used a lot of the leftover bits from one project in another one, which, as you guys know, I love to do. And you guys are going to have so much fun putting this together. Now, I'm going to show you how I made one, but of course, you can always check out Angela's channel if you wanted to see what she's done with hers. Journaling here as well. I've got another little tuck spot with some tickets, again from the digital kits, and then the tag that I made. This one I backed the inside of it so that you could see a nice, you know, design when you close the little flaps. You see that there? So I backed that with paper, or I should say I added paper to that part. You don't have to. And then you just add your little tag, and the little tuck spot at the bottom holds it in so it doesn't you know, fall right through. And then you've got another little pocket there. This is a vintage piece that I have. I might be adding these to the shop as well. And yeah, keep an eye out. I might be making some to just add to the shop, you know, something you can get in the mail, send in the mail, just some really fun ideas that I'm kind of coming up with these. And yeah, you can make them your own. You can go vintage. You can go, you know, with a theme. I was thinking of doing themes with them as well. Anyway, so many possibilities with these little, I don't know what to call them, you guys. Folios, tag flips. I don't even know what they were called. I'll have to check. Okay, let's get started. Let me show you how to make one. So what I'll do is I'll try and put the measurements on the screen. I'm doing mine in inches. I know that she did hers in centimeters, but I work in inches, so I'm just putting that up so you can see it. I'll also be using a single-sided scrapbook paper. You can use just plain paper to make this. That's how I believe she made hers, but I wanted to try one with a design as well. And then you'll be making a couple score lines onto your paper, or a few I should say. Again, I will link those measurements just above so you can see them. Don't forget to enter my giveaway, you guys. I've got a giveaway going on right now, and I try and do one monthly. So you know, I try and do as much as I can for my subscribers, and I'm just really enjoying the feedback and the fact that I can share some of, my creations or things that I get as well with some of you. What else was I going to say? Oh, I also do have a playlist of other designs I have made for DCC. And I really love working with digitals, as I've mentioned to you guys before. So I will link that below as well if you wanted to see other things that I have made with some of the digitals that Tina has in her shop. So I've noticed a lot of crafters are switching to, kind of making their own websites, going on Patreon, that sort of thing. And I'm starting to think I may have to do the same thing, you guys. I've had some, little glitches here and there with my Instagram, with my Facebook, and it is starting to feel a little like because I can't control the content. If they decide to shut everything down one day, they can. So I thought I would start my own website and keep an eye on that. I'll be giving you guys a little bit more details about that. Of course, I'll continue to do this as often as I am able to, and I'll post on all my social media, my Facebook, my Instagram. But I'll also try and maybe start my blog again. I haven't done anything on my website in such a long time, so I might just have to start it from scratch and see how that goes. This way, if for any reason, my Instagram happens to, go off for some reason, or Facebook, etc., you guys can still find me depending on where you've been watching me. And hopefully, what I'm going to try to do is just, something fun with that as well. So I don't know, keep an eye out for that. Okay, so here I'm just showing you that I'm scoring my paper, and you're trying to make really crisp score lines. Okay, that's important for this project. Now, the front flap of this project, you'll be making a triangle. So I've just folded the page back, and you're trying to go just close to the edge where you did your initial score line, but not all the way to it. Okay, same thing with the inside flap. You're trying to make that little triangle, but not going all the way to that score line, because you want to make sure that when you fold things in, that the paper that you folded over is not getting in the way. So as I'm showing you here, you're trying to make that, kind of triangle shape, line it up as best as you can. Now, the flap can be on the inside, it can be on the other side, but I think it looks nice on the inside. I'll be decorating this in a little bit as well, just to show you, the finished look and how I've put it together. But this is the basic design, you guys. Just your, cutting your page to the right size, scoring it in the areas to make that the fold out look really nice. Now, I'm going to show you also, I think I'm just going to show you the back pocket here, and then you've got 2 pockets in the front, and then you'll be making the other ones on the other side. Now here you'll just be adding glue to either side of the page, so here and here, and when you fold this up, it will make your pockets on all the sides, and I'll show you that in a second. So you can kind of get the idea just from how we did the initial folds. So now when this comes over, you've got a little pocket here, you've got a pocket here as well, and then of course you've got your back pocket. So that's what this looks like. Now, the measurements that I gave you for the sheet of paper, I basically cut from, you can use an 8.5 by 11 sheet, and then just make sure you cut off that little extra to make it the 10 5/8, because if you don't, you get that extra, as you can see here. So the one on the right, has the paper cut to size. The one on the left is using the full 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. So you would have that little extra gap left over. And if you're good with that, that's up to you. But I just want to show you the difference when you don't cut your sheet to the size that I showed you. Okay, so let's decorate. Initially, I used this design from DCC, and I have some leftover bits, so that's what I'll be using for this second little project. And what I'm trying to do is cover up the little triangle pieces, because I just, you know, I could have stenciled on it, I could have stamped on it, but I think I'm just going to add a little bit of the design on that from the paper. And I'll be doing that to the, I guess, the inside flap and the outside flap, because I didn't want just that white stark paper coming through. So here I'm just showing you how I measure this. I think it works out to be maybe 3¼ inches squared. I think that's what this is. But again, because I don't know if you're covering your own square or not, or how much you fold over your little triangle, I should say, that will be your own kind of measurement there. But this is how easily you can kind of measure. Just add your piece of paper and then make sure you cut it to size. So here I'll just be cutting one piece off, because I only need one piece for my square right now, or one square piece, as you can see here. And then I'll be cutting it in half to make those little triangles. So again, I'm just lining up my paper. Now, I've had this trimmer, you guys. I think it's like over 17 years old now. I still love it. I still use it. I had initially tried purchasing another one, and I don't end up liking how they trim. So anyways, besides my big rotary trimmer, I think that's the only other one that I use, my small one. And speaking of my trimmer, I know some of you ask me where I have purchased some pieces. I will try and always have a link in the description box below to my Amazon shop, which basically is just showing you guys some of my favorite things. That's all I show in there. So you can see some of the things that I use often, or things that I recommend that I enjoy. So here I'm showing you how I'll be making the pockets. So those are pieces that I'll be cutting up for pockets. Now here's a tip. When you are trying to make those fake little tickets from paper, I use my little hole punch to cut off the little edges there, and it makes a perfect little, cutter to make those edges rounded, and you don't have to use scissors, and you don't have to try and fussy cut it. You can just use the little hole punch, and then it makes the nice little edge there, as you can see. So I'm going to add this now to the front just as a little label. I'll be adding a little bit of that fabric lace, and then here I just ended up punching out a little piece of coffee stained paper. I used my Martha Stewart punch just to give it a little edge, lace edge there, and now I'm just cutting that and adding it to the fold out. So I'm just showing you here how I kind of even it out. Now you can always add, actual fabric lace to that. You don't have to decorate it at all. You can add some die cuts. I mean, decorating these is really up to you and how you want to make them. But I think they're just so fun, you guys. I love getting inspired by someone's creation. And I remember a little while back, I got something from Lynette that I started to make myself because I was so inspired. So I love seeing that when people get inspired with others' projects, right? Here I'm just showing you, I'll be adding the little kind of tuck spot at the bottom. So when you stick the tag in, it doesn't go all the way through. It kind of stops it. And then if you want to, of course, distress your, little creation, that's up to you. I'm just showing you here that I decided to cover up a little bit of the white edge that was sticking out. And of course, you can do this all the way, or you can just do it to certain pieces or not at all. Again, entirely up to you. I love using these little makeup brushes for this application. It's so much easier. Again, I will have those linked below if you're interested in getting something similar. Okay, so I think I'm done, you guys. I think this is it for now. I hope you enjoyed the share. I'm just going to show you quickly how I've done it. And I'm just going to show you quickly the finished product again. I hope you enjoyed the share. Thank you so much for joining me. Let me know if you make some yourself, and I will see you guys next time. Thanks so much for stopping by.